How you doing? This is a computer. It shouldn't be on the floor open and missing a bunch of parts. Yeah. So, two problems, at least. One. Seven. That's fine. One is that all of the thermal paste on the chip seems to have gone away. Stuff. So yeah. I've been trying to clean this out to not a ton of success. Touching this, which is the top, even though it feels upside down, weird black residue. I thought, well, it's not good, but I don't see anything like a capacitor that has obviously gone kaboom. I'm going to have one heck of a time remembering where everything connected to. I took a ton of pictures, but I suspect it shall still be a difficult situation. Cleaning off the chip was pretty easy. Cleaning it off the... I think we had some other issues as well with the power supply. That's probably where I was going. I don't know if it was only one or the other, but like at the end when I would turn on the power, I wouldn't get a beep, I wouldn't get anything. Usually when I connect the power, I would see the fan just do a little beep and be done. I did not see that at all. So I think we also fried our power supply. Hopefully only those two things. Should probably be enough. We're going for, oh great. Oh great, oh great, oh great. We're going for thin coating. Single layer thin as possible. We're supposed to wait 15 minutes, which I don't recall having been aware of before, but I do not make computers nearly as much as I used to. Like, this is my second time since living in Japan. Oh, we missed a spot. And before I moved to Japan, I knew I would be moving to Japan, so I bought a fairly beefy laptop at the time, which actually was not a terrible idea. And issues like this make me wonder if that might have been the better play, but for video editing and gaming, there are advantages and disadvantages, of course. Gaming and video editing both need a lot of heat dissipation, because they use a lot of energy. And laptops make that harder because you have less surface area, among other things. My instinct was to go get a Q-tip, a cotton swab, but don't want to do that because in theory that leaves little flakies. So for best results, wait 15 minutes. All right. Guess we're waiting 15 minutes. See you then. Okie doke. We have waited a little bit. I have to remember. That's sys fan, this is CPU fan, so ideally we want to go this way. No, we want to go this way so that we can have room. So now this is the part that sucks. So something makes it possible to get this way. Seriously. Look it down this way. A little bit of sure. Get around that. Everything I do, I will make it easy. Maybe say such over time. Yes, it is. Well, it feels weird to me. This is just supposed to not lock somehow. It really feels like that should click or lock, or I really don't want to overdo it. Ah, that's weird. Now let's get CPU fan back. First thing we reconnect. Do we have all 4 pins? We do. All right. We're going to let that sit. Now you can see this dust. I have no idea what that is. I do not see any obviously exploded components. So I wonder if this is just years of this decomposing or some kind of dirt. It is super suspicious though. I guess inside of the graphics card could also hide some issue I am unable to immediately do anything about. Alright, so there's that. What do we do? I guess we plug in power supply to motherboard only and see if she spins. So hold on, we're going to do that. Okay. That is diagnostic. I have a graphics card problem or a cable problem. In addition to probably numerous other problems. We bootin'. So if I pull on this, we get power, which tells me there's probably a short. I'm hoping the short is this cable and not inside there. Let us see if we can... Well, the CPU is just under half the temperature it was the last time. Oh, now it's up to 50. But... Okay, so now we know a problem. But at least I have a kind of working computer. I need to understand if the fault is in that cable. Unfortunately, I don't want to make Windows angry by doing that repeatedly. Windows gets angry if it fails to shut down properly a number of times. Alright, so you have watched me for the last hour plus fight with this thing. But working but fragile is better than not working at all. I am thankful that what I need to replace hopefully isn't the worst. But thanks for coming along on the journey.
Good Monday morning. As I am editing this video, I realized I never shot the conclusion, and that's because there's not a conclusion yet. Oh no. I replaced the cable for the PCIe, the graphics card, with a brand new in the packaging one that I still had left over. And problem persists. So it turned out it was not that there's a short, well, maybe there is, but the problem is not only that there is a short potentially in that graphics cable. The main motherboard cable has an issue. I do not have a spare of that. I now have a second power supply unopened in box, but I didn't want to take that out. I'd rather just have that as a spare until I need it. And so I'll just order a power cable between the power supply and the motherboard for my Corsair RM750. No, I won't. Well, I will. The plain replacement that was $10 US, not on sale anymore. Can't find it. Not from Corsair's website, not from anywhere else that I could find. There's some others that do not support this particular power supply. So the only choice is to buy an expensive. Each cable is separately insulated and like a paracord thing that was like 25 US dollars or something. It's almost 4,000 yen. And I'm guessing it's shipping from the US because I'm not getting it until another week or two. Which, who knows with shipping craziness now from that country. But anyway, so this PC is unstable. I have ordered a small replacement because of continuing issues with my smart television's networking. Apparently this is a thing for some LG TVs, and it definitely is for mine. Ribbon cable just degrades over time, and the networking, both wireless and wired, which use the same ribbon cable, stop working. They get really flaky, and then they quit. I already opened up that television once and worked on it and tried to reseat the cable, make sure there were no obvious breaks, and then it worked fine for a little bit, and it's having trouble again. So no more smart TV. I'm just going to put a small, this big PC in front of it. And so for the meantime, I might drive that as my main PC. I'll try to use this one. My main job uses a separate Mac notebook PC. Although I use this keyboard and monitor. Not this keyboard, but a separate keyboard and monitor. So anyway, if this dies completely, you may not see videos. I will try to post like a short or upload some kind of video from my phone and see if we can do that. But I do have some good news at the end of this video. We went out for dinner the other night, wife's birthday, and I took a sample of jalapenos. We did a test shipping to some family since I just harvested the other day. You'll see that in the next video, assuming I can edit it. And yeah, local business decided to buy the jalapenos. So we had our first local business sale. So I'm very grateful for that. Very thankful for the establishment trying to help us out as a local farmer. It seems really cool. So thank you all for watching. This has been Homestead Japan of Rokujuno Farms. If you are local in Japan, check out the website for some peppers. But if not, thank you as always for your support. Have a great day. Bye.